Good evening, everyone. My name's Tom Novak, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. It's Friday, February 19th. It's 17 degrees Fahrenheit or -9 Celsius. Today's Friday. Our subject today is the variegated leafy cactus, Pereskia Aculeata Godseffiana. I hope that I pronounced that right. Okay. This is not a succulent. It is a cactus and it does flower. The soil we're going to use today is 50% sifted perlite and 50% fluorite and a pinch of Mycos beneficial bacteria into the pot once we get it in. Now this does have thorns, and you can see the thorns on it. It's a true cactus. And the best thing about this cactus is that the leaves go from, they come out pink, like in my little miniature one, and then from pink they turn yellow, and then from yellow they turn green. So you can make that out of a cutting from the plant. Here's another one with just sand and a little rock. You can see how that's all it was a cutting off of a branch. Look how nice it's growing. It's got a nice leaf color. And then here's a little bit bigger one with just a little bridge and some rock in it. But you can see the leaves are green, the new pink growth coming out, and a little bit of pinkish pink on the bottom. With the light, it's not that good. So let's get started. We're going to use our pruning shears after we dip it, because from this, since it's so big, I'm going to have to cut it back, and then I'll take some cuttings out of it later, and all I'm going to do is put it in my 50% perlite and fluorite mixture. So what we're going to do before we take it out, now, I don't know how far they're going to back bud, but you got little spurs there, so hopefully it'll grow out of that. But I'm not going to take and use this branch. I'm going to cut it and just use this as like a tree that fell and it started growing again. So let's try that out. So first I'm going to be very careful with the thorns and cut it back. And that'll make a nice cutting. And then it does have a little piece of growth here, but we'll leave that on for now. Maybe we'll use it as a sacrificial branch. But I got this at Ted's greenhouse out in Tinley Park. But I don't know if you can read but that's it. So let's take it out of the container, because I think they're using a 50% perlite and peat moss. So let's get our chopstick and try to get most of the soil off. See how the root system is. Now this plant, it does take water, unlike a regular cactus. What you can do, what I do is I water it real good. Then once it starts to get dry, I'll give it another good watering. And it grows good. You can see how it's growing in the basement just with a light from the west window. The other three that you've seen are from the light from an east window. So you can see how much color they get. So I'm just taking this off. We don't know how much of a root system we got, but it looks pretty good. I'll take it in my bucket. Get all that excess soil out. And you can see it does have a nice root system. So, let's get the soil out of the way. And we'll give it to Dagmar because she needs a little bit of soil. Nothing goes to waste. Then we'll take our potting container. I got my screen on the inside. We'll take our 50-50 perlite fluorite mix. I get my cup. Take my spoon, hold the screen in. Now this is an easy cactus, very easy. The only way it dies is if you let it become bone dry and forget to water it, period. Once you see the leaves starting to wilt, it's still alive as long as you got that green in there. So what I'm going to take is a nice, let me put it back so you can see, a nice pinch of the Amicos, put it in the pot, mix it around with my fingers, seal the bag. Remember, a little bit's better than nothing. You got to be careful with the thorns. I'll put it in about there. The roots are spread out pretty good. Let me get my skewer. Move the roots a little bit, fan them out so we get some good radial roots. I'm going to offset it about there, and then we'll put some rock in there. So let me get a nice cup of our mixture. I don't want to get stuck by the thorns because she's got some good thorns on her. Take our bamboo skewer, tap it in, get it all into the roots. Pat it in. It's not hard. It's a real good plant. I have super success with this plant. This thing will take abuse, but as long as you give her some water and fertilizer, you'll have no problem. Put a rock over here. One back here. So it looks like there's the branches growing over. We can always make it into a double branch, but I'm just going to use that as a sacrificial branch until this grows a little bit. Put another rock here just to hold it in for now, until the roots get established. Okay, then into my peroxide. Remember, dip and clip. Well, that's what I do to keep the spread from bacteria. So since we took a lot of the root system off, I'm going to take and cut the leaf in half. And this one too. That way there won't be so much evaporation of the water. You can always put sand in there to cover up your fluorite if you want, but I like the color of the fluorite. It's not bad. Something different. And I'll take my water. I use aquarium water when I change the water for my fish tank, so. But if you don't have rainwater, just let the water sit for 24 hours or 48 hours and all the chlorine and stuff will evaporate. See how nice everything just came right out. It's a good soil mix. Take a rag. Let's wipe the pot. Oop, get this out of the way. And given in the summertime, she's going to grow. It's going to be a nice little bonsai tree. and it's going to be a cactus. So don't be afraid to try anything different. Now what am I going to do with this pot? I'm just going to take some tissue, paper towel, rip it in half again, stick it in the pot, and then my cutting. You can see where the node is by the leaf. So we're going to cut that off. I got to be careful because I'll get stuck. Now this I'm going to let harden off, and it should be hardened off by tomorrow, and I'll just give it some water tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is take my perlite and my fluorite mix, put it in to hold it in. Then I'm going to take some of my beneficial bacteria to help it root. Once the roots get started, I'll have some good bacteria to help them. Nice pinch again. Stick it in. Remember, always seal your bag up tight. And we'll give it just a little bit more mixture to keep it in. Remember, we're going to water it tomorrow. And there you have it. You got a nice cutting there. And that cutting will root. So, don't be afraid to try it. It's a nice little cactus. You can see how they look. Nice leaf structure. Especially when they start to mature, it'll turn yellow and then green after the pink. And these are only 2 pots for $1 at the dollar store. Just drill a hole in the bottom. This is what you call a sauce dish or something like that. I just drilled a hole in the bottom in the screen, and you can see the young leaves, how they're coming out. Real nice, beautiful color. So, try it out. Don't be afraid. Just watch out for the thorns. So today's Friday night, dance night with the big bands. Put on some old-time radio music, the old big band music. Find it on YouTube. Take your wife, your loved one, make a nice big pot of tea. Kick the kitchen table on the side and the chairs. Have a nice little dance with your wife and a cup of tea with her. Relax and enjoy the evening. Your wife, your loved one. And if you're by yourself and you got grandchildren, let them listen to the old-time music. So you take care. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name's Tom Novak for Grow and Clip Bonsai. Good night, everyone.